Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Just wanted to share one word about the Aron Habrit. This is the Ark of the Covenant, where the Luchot Habrit were housed, both the original set and the new set, and also Chazal tell us a jar of man. And what's interesting about the Aron Habrit is that it's the only kli, it's the only vessel in the Mikdash that they never made more than one of. And what I mean by that is that during the time of the Midbar, they made the Mishkan and all the Kelim. And then later, when they were in Eretz Yisrael and Shlomo HaMelech built the first Beit HaMikdash, he actually recast and remade all of the various vessels of the Mikdash. But there was one which he didn't make. The Aron HaKodesh was not made again, but instead the book of Melachim tells us in Perek Chet that the Kohanim brought the Aron HaKodesh up to Yerushalayim from the Mishkan, and it then resided in the Beit HaMikdash. There's a big debate about what happens after the destruction of the first Beit HaMikdash. Where was it hidden? Perhaps it was in the Kodesh Kodashim, perhaps it was some outside location. Some say it went down to Babylon with them. But nonetheless, by the time you get to the second Beit HaMikdash, they don't even rebuild or remake the Aron HaKodesh. And I think this is a fascinating phenomenon that most things, the menorah, the shulchan, the Mishkan, the temple itself, is built and rebuilt, cast and recast, made again. And yet the Aron HaKodesh is never made again. And so I think, a few things that I'm thinking about is the first is the way in which the Aron HaKodesh is called the Aron Habrit. It's really a ark that represents a covenant between God and the Jewish people. Another name for it is the Aron HaIdut. Many describe how the Aron and its place in the Mikdash recalls the moment of Har Sinai, the moment of revelation, the moment of covenant between God and the Jewish people. And there's a strong power to the fact that that's never recreated. It's something that we carry with us, something we study about, something that existed once. But there's an initial moment of revelation that the Aron HaKodesh represents. And if at some point we no longer have access to the Aron HaKodesh, then we move into remembering it without the Aron HaKodesh. We don't recreate the Aron HaKodesh, but we hold on to that initial moment even without it. I think the second thing that I'm thinking about is the fact that it houses the Luchot. And in some ways, the Aron HaKodesh, the Aron Habrit, is only significant insofar as it houses the tablets which Moshe brought down from Shemayim. And without those, then building a new Aron Habrit wouldn't really be significant, because the goal is there for it to be a house for what was given from God to the Jewish people. And I think about this Aron Habrit in a little bit ways of a metaphor about what is the Ikar and what is the house. What are the institutions and the names and the buildings and the spaces and the labels that function as houses? And what is the Ikar? What is the main thing that's supposed to be inside, that we're looking to protect, that we're looking to connect to, that we're looking to care for? And so much in our lives, I find that we wind up thinking about the Aron, but not what's inside the Aron. And it makes sense, because there's often covers and protections, and it's not always accessible what's inside. But I think this reminder that the Aron never gets rebuilt is also a way of noting that the thing that's inside the Aron is what's important. And I think that's true for each and every one of us. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom, and I hope to see you over Shabbat, or send a nice message via email, or leave a comment on Facebook. It's great to see you.